Hey, welcome. So today, we're going to talk about a mental tool that can totally change how you look at challenges. It's called system thinking. And really, it's all about figuring out how to solve the real problem. The one that's usually hiding just under the surface. Ready? Let's jump right in.
So, does this sound familiar? You come up with what feels like a great, fast solution to a problem, only to find yourself like a week later in an even bigger mess? It really is like being stuck in quicksand. The more you fight what's right in front of you, the deeper you sink. It's a super common frustration, and believe it or not, there's a good reason why it keeps happening.
And this right here, this is the trap. We see the obvious problem, right? The symptom that's screaming for attention, and we just dive in to fix it. But the hidden problem is that our fix is actually messing with a whole invisible, interconnected system. And that's exactly why our best efforts can end up backfiring. So what if you could actually see all those hidden connections?
Well, this is where we make that first really important shift. It's like pulling the camera way back. Instead of staring at one frustrating puzzle piece, we finally get to see the picture on the box. We're moving from a single detail to the entire design.
In that new perspective, that's system thinking. Put really simply, it's just a way of seeing the whole machine, not just that one loud, squeaky gear. So instead of treating a problem like it's this one-off thing, you start to see it for what it is, a symptom of a much bigger, dynamic system, where every single part affects every other part.
And look, this isn't some abstract theory either. This quote really nails it. It's a core skill for anyone who wants to lead effectively. You see, great leaders don't just run around putting out fires. They take the time to understand the faulty wiring that's causing them in the first place.
Okay, so if everything's a system, what are we actually looking for? How do we even begin to spot these hidden connections that are holding the whole thing together?
These are the fundamentals. First, you're looking for interactions, like how a new marketing push might totally overwhelm the sales team. Then you're looking for feedback loops, where maybe a successful product brings in more money, which you then reinvest to make the product even better. It's a good cycle. You also have to think about delays, knowing that hiring someone today won't actually boost your team's output for, a few months. And finally, you identify dependencies, where one part of a project is just completely stuck until another team finishes their piece. And remember, these aren't just ideas. We're talking about real, tangible things here. The processes people follow, the people on the teams, the resources you have to work with. System thinking is just the lens that helps you bring all these invisible threads into focus.
So once you can see all these hidden connections, how does that actually help you? What's the advantage? Well, it's huge. You're no longer just reacting to stuff that happens. You start operating on a whole new strategic level.
And this is the real payoff. You go from being that reactive firefighter, always scrambling to put out the same fires over and over again, to becoming a proactive architect. You start designing a system that's just built better, one that's more resilient and way less likely to catch fire to begin with.
I mean, this new way of seeing things is so empowering. It gives you this strategic foresight, letting you anticipate the ripple effects of your decisions. This helps you design solutions that actually last, not just quick patches. And you can finally start balancing what's urgent today with your long-term goals for tomorrow. And when you do all that, the entire system just gets stronger.
Okay, so how do you actually start doing this? It might sound a little complicated, but getting started is actually pretty simple. Let's just walk through a really practical framework right now.
It's really just 3 steps. First, you map the components. Just list out all the key parts, the people, the tech, the procedures. Second, you visualize the relationships. You can draw it, use a flowchart, whatever works for you, just so you can see how these pieces influence one another. And then the last step, this is the most powerful one, you identify the leverage points. These are almost never the most obvious problems. They're the spots in the system where one small, focused change can create a huge positive impact. It's all about finding the one domino that's going to start the chain reaction you actually want. And that's where we'll leave it for today, because the real power of this comes when you actually apply it. So think about whatever your biggest challenge is right now. What's one hidden connection, one feedback loop, one delay that you might have been missing this whole time? If you can find that, you might just find your real solution.